I'm trying something today. So tried putting a banner up there or the deal at the top so it would stay. I don't know if it is or not. Shut up, CB. Oh, Susan, I wasn't going live today. I did a video and I just watched it. I didn't realize it. I put it on the camera up on the dice like usual, but it uh, went sideways, so it's really hard to watch. I didn't realize it did that. I had never done that yet. It was going through the gorge in North Carolina, and I knew my phone wouldn't work through there, so I thought I'd just tape it. That way you guys could see that part of Tennessee and North Carolina state line there. It's very, very pretty. I got about 8 minutes for a hello, LB. LB, you can come up if you want. Congratulations on getting monetized. Must be nice going to hospital when you come out, you're monetized. Jeez, I think I'll get sick. But I just had me some fish. You guys are talking about food. I got hungry. I don't. I eat the real stuff. Hello, Dustin. But yeah, I'm still on my break a little bit here. I just go ahead and get it started. I got 8 minutes before I move, so I figured this way at least I could talk to you guys or type to you or something and read the chats easier for a few minutes. I just called the guy where I'm going, and he told me I could stay here tonight, come over in the morning, or I'd come on over. And there ain't many places to park over there, but I'm gonna go on over and get rid of this trailer. Hi, Laura. I just seen you watch my video. That's kind of a bad video with sideways. I got the phone sitting just like I do right now, looking. And for some reason, when I did it on the video, it stayed that way or upside down. So I got to figure out what I got to do in the settings to change that because I can do videos, but I don't think the phone will stand up right now. I know it won't stand up in tape. I'm going to have to try something. LB, you had a pretty good turnout for yours there. I've been first on the super chats on a couple people's been monetized. I think Ted off the hook as the first ones on his. Uh, there was somebody else I was first on. I forget who it was now. There's somebody else I was first on. You guys type in any of the militaries, Marines, Army, Navy, USAF, or vet, and it will share your links out and stuff. So, and then you can do the weather just like on LB's. LB, the weather didn't, or my when I typed in woman, it didn't come up. So I just did my own deal and showed my link out on yours. But for some reason, the woman part wasn't working when I did it. Hmm. You probably had me blocked where I couldn't do mine, knowing you. Heidi, I lied to you. I did a video. You can look back. I did a video this morning coming through the gorge, North Carolina and Tennessee line. There's a video out, but you don't want to watch it. It's upside down. I know that LB. I was wondering what you was doing. Are you losing it, girl? Oh, LB. Shannon said if you are coming to see your uncle, uh, let her know when you're coming through, and she will take a day off so she can make sure she's home and off when you're coming through. Yeah, I know it. I didn't know it. I've never done a video that way. And I knew my phone goes in and out through there. Hello, Beverly. And I knew my phone would go out. I'm in Beverly's area now, I think. Where am I? It's called Mebane, North Carolina. Melbourne or Mabon, or I don't know how to say it. Yeah, she wants to make sure she's got time, so when you come by, she's not in bed or something and whatever, so she's going to take the day off, ask for a day off when you come by. Dee, the little goat, was up running around today. It was falling over, getting knocked over. It ain't real stable, but it was up running around today. It's getting better. Okay, 3 more minutes, guys, and we'll start driving. First thing we got to do is go across the scales. There's a scale right here. I probably shouldn't have went live because Scott Ramlin with the room, Roms, however you say it, he's going live here in about 5 minutes too. So I shouldn't hurt him. I don't have that many people, and I don't. It doesn't matter if you guys want to go over to support Scott. He's a good guy. He sent me some salve that might help my back. He said, but it wouldn't work on me because it's in my head from my strokes, so it didn't work. But he did send it to me. I'm going to send it to Eddie Devil Dog, see if he can use it, so somebody else can get some use out of it. I don't see. I put no. There ain't no banner going across there. And it does. I don't see where it's stuck into the comments. I'm trying to learn LB. You probably know how to do it. I'm trying to put the link so somebody can come up. I'm trying to get it set there where it stays there for people when people are coming in and out. Because it's hard for me sometimes going down the road to drop the link. I can do it now while I'm sitting here again, but I'm trying to figure out how to make it where it goes up there, stays on there. We're going to be over in the eastern part of North Carolina where we're at now. Says there's 8 people in here. Thanks for everybody coming in. I know I don't give anybody notice. Hi, Rudy. I don't know how to say the last name, so I ain't even going to try. Okay, time's up. We can drive. I have to, after I drive. Oh, River Rat. There he is. I'm close to you now, River Rat. There, somebody's in the basement. Oh, LB's waving.
I'm in the basement. It's cold down here.
Ah, I know it. I'll turn the heat on.
Oh, hey, River Rat, Nora, Susan. Where you driving to?
I'm going to a town called, what was it here? I didn't write it down. Dang it, where'd it go? I think it's Pine Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Pinewood, North Carolina.
Okay.
I've never been over in this area.
How many days do you spend out on the road before you can go home?
When Shannon says I can come home.
Oh my gosh.
I try to stay out at least 3 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and hopefully I got a good week to cover for the 3 or 4 days I'm off, for the money situation. But when you
Yeah.
first go out on the road, the first week usually pays your expenses, like my truck payment or something like that. The second week, you're starting to make a little bit of money. Then the third week is your profit.
Okay.
But if you only go out for a week and then you take 3 or 4 days off, you're behind on your bills, what you're making for the month.
Mm-hmm.
So now if I have a really good week, like last week was a really good week when I took a couple of days off when I went home. So, because we don't have a lot of money, we survive. I'm not asking anybody for any money. Don't get me wrong, but I have a lot of bills. When I want something, I go get it.
Right.
And I figured while I'm alive, I might as well enjoy myself and get what I want. So I go into debt, and then Shannon went in debt for Christmas and bought us a skid steer.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to make it where the bills are paid before I come home, if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense.
Because I don't want to come home and not have a check and then be broke when I go out. And then, like the money I give you a while ago, I got a fuel card. They put 60% of my loads on a fuel card. It's like a MasterCard, but it's for fuel and stuff, my advance. And I live on the advance. I don't take no money from the house. All the money I give out on super chats and all that stuff and members, that is all off of that card, off the money. So everything the truck makes after that goes home to Shannon. So I don't use any money from the house. And then I usually have some left over that I can send her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's working now too, and so that helps a lot too. For a long time, 10, 15 years, she never worked. But she wanted to, because I'm probably not going to be around many more years.
Oh, stop.
The way I'm getting, LB, I get hard to see sometimes. And I get, like last night, I got sick. I got a bad headache. I get real bad headaches. I always have a headache from a stroke. But so she was talking, last winter, because I wasn't doing really good. And so she was afraid she wouldn't have nothing. And she got a really good job. It's a desk job. She don't do no physical work and everything like that. So so that way she actually has money to come in and she won't lose everything if something does happen to me. I got life insurance to take care of most of everything. But you got to have your everyday expenses and stuff like that. Food. And then she has her critters, and she won't give her critters up. She'll give me up before she gives them up.
I want to see Hercules Jr.
I hope he's there still.
We all have to plan for that. There'll be one day I know that I'll be losing my mama, so I haven't decided where I'm going to go. Hey, Nanette. If I don't think I want to stay in Pennsylvania. I used to love it here as a kid, but it's changed so much.
Well, and I back and hang out with Shannon.
Yeah, I'm really not fond of the city life much anymore. I'd rather be out in the country somewhere, or don't even have to be the country. Doesn't even have to be the country, just somewhere where I have a little more land and I can do a lot more on it.
Yep.
And I don't have to worry about people trying to rob you. Although it's funny is that at work, we sell cameras, and I've got like cameras all around everywhere because it's gotten that bad. But this guy came in one time and he says, I need to get a camera. I said, sure. Where your house? He said, no, my fruit stand. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So, fruit stands usually have a box out there and they'll,
Yep.
you put the money in.
Self-service.
Self-service, right? He told me
Yep.
somebody had been stealing his money out of his box and his fruit. So I sold him a camera and he says, yeah, it works fine. He says, and it has a light and everything on there. So he said, nobody's been bothering my stuff. So I said, that's a damn shame that you got to put cameras up at the fruit stand.
Yep. We got cameras everywhere. Come on, Light. Which one are you going to give me? Okay. I'm in the scale house. And we got I think we got 9 cameras around our place, but a lot of them is for us. Shannon's got it on her phone where she can look at all of her cameras, and I can too. Sometimes I have it on my notebook, and I'm going down the road when you're having babies. I have the cameras go and watch and see if there's any babies, and I call her or wake her up or whatever. But we do have it for security too. You can tell when somebody like UPS or FedEx pulls in the driveway. We're out, and then she's there by herself. So
yeah, it's always good to do that.
I always like if somebody's coming to buy a goat, and I know about what time, I make sure I got the camera on and I watch, and we can see the license plate number. Yeah, I can't do much, but I can call 911 if I see something going wrong, or whatever. A little bit of peace of mind for her.
Yeah, that's I kind of like when we were in Missouri one time, somebody had rang my doorbell here at the house, and they were looking around. So I got on there. I said, "Can I help you?" Oh yeah, I was looking for such and such, and I was like, "No, you got the wrong house." Now we were in Missouri. I'm like, okay, freaked him out.
Hi, Freezer Bound.
Hey,
I'm mad at you. I didn't win nothing in your giveaway the other day. I'm gonna stop coming. I never win.
I missed your 1,700 giveaway when I was sick, had my surgery and stuff. So
you didn't miss nothing. You wouldn't have won either.
Oh, it was one of those giveaways. One of those rigged ones.
He had 3 prizes, and he took an hour. He drug it out an hour for 3 prizes.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, he just kept us sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting.
That's
we got goats. Actually, we got goats going to the sale barn Saturday. Friday. She's taking goats to the sale barn. That's why I said I don't know if Hercules Jr. is going to be there or not. I don't know if she's selling him or not. I don't know which one she's keeping. And but she's going Friday to the sale barn, and Saturday she's got to go to Iowa and drop one off.
Okay. You know how to put on the show, right?
That's her. So I don't know what she does. I don't have no clue what she keeps and picks. She says it once in a while. I want to keep this one. I go, whatever. I disagree with her. It makes it easier.
Yeah. Freezer Bound, you got to get a goat before the meetup.
Hey, Freezer Bound, LB's going to be coming back to Missouri with her mom. I can put a goat in her car, and she could bring it to the meetup with you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I have a big SUV, but I don't know how that's going to work. He's not going to be able to stand up.
Well, you get a dog carrier and put it back, and it could be inside of it.
Oh, long as it's a baby, though, right?
Well, by the time you get back there, we got 7 babies, smaller ones right now, so they'll be about 2 months old, 3 months old. Small. Some of we're selling right now are weighing like 70 pounds.
Oh wow! Shoot, I wish I could have one.
Yeah,
one day.
We got some big ones.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. So I guess you're going to keep a couple of the male for studs, right?
No, we got when we got rid of Hercules, we'd already bought Zeus for replacement, because you got to replace the boys more often than you do the girls. You get your girls built up, but you can't keep breeding, because like if we keep the babies, we can't breed the daddy to the daughters. We don't. Well, some people do, but we won't do that. and we
Mm-hmm.
don't do that kind of breeding. We make sure and we know who we put together. That way we know when we because some of them are papered, some of them are full bloods. Like Hercules was full blood, and then all of our bucks are full bloods. But there are some of our does aren't, so it makes them like 50% or 75%. And I don't. I'm talking, and I don't know what I'm talking about. It was such Shannon's deal. I just listened to her.
Mm-hmm.
But we got Hercules. Is it not Hercules? We got JoJo. We bought him last year. He's in some of the videos right now. He's kind of a little pest. He's going to be like a little Hercules. He's not related. We bought him over in Kansas, and then we bought Zeus. He's from Iowa and stuff. So we actually go get our bucks from different areas to try to make our herd better. We don't use our bucks back. Now we sell our bucks to other people. Hi, Daniel. We sell our bucks to other people that have different goats too to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do a lot of them we sell for 4-H. Like last weekend when I was home, the young couple come up with their kids and they bought 2 goats for their daughters to go 4-H and stuff. We sell a lot to the 4-H.
Yeah.
We go around to the little shows.
And that's all you have is goats, though, right?
Oh, we got chickens, we
Yeah.
got horses, and most of the time Shannon raises 2 pigs a year too. We
That's
used to
some
have
bacon.
donkeys, and we did have a buffalo.
Hmm.
When we lived the
I've
other
had,
place, we had a buffalo over there, but the place we're at now, we did have 2 donkeys for a while.
hey, living in, man. Yeah. Yeah, I found out though here in the city you can have 2 chickens. So
You ought to get them.
I think so. I got to figure out
Yeah.
how much room I'm going to have after I put do these beds,
You can
because
get a rabbit hutch already made and put the chickens in.
I'm going to I got to dig up all those roots from them trees I cut down. I mean, these
Oh,
are not trees. These that start out with little weeds, and I swear the trunk is this big, and they're probably like
look
30 feet high.
look
So
at watch Wendy's show a video. They did a deal about a chainsaw. You need to
oh,
look
that
into
sacred
that.
salt.
Say there was a little chainsaw. It's a battery operated one, like when you
I
go camping
did.
too.
I reviewed it a
They
couple
are.
months ago.
Oh yeah, they offered Shannon one too, but they wanted to send it to our regular address, and she didn't
Hmm.
want to send it. They wouldn't send it to a PO box, so we didn't do it.
Yeah, I did a review it a couple months ago, and I took it
Oh, I
out
didn't
with
see that
me.
one.
I took it out with me, and it's great for little things. But these things are literally 20 feet high. The trunks that got this big.
Oh,
So, and
oh.
I got a root shovel, and I started pulling it up, and I was like, the root was like this long. I mean, it's solid.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you got to figure for the last 30 years, nobody's
Yeah,
like maintained her backyard or anything. So, I'm trying to get that down, but the weather's not cooperating with me.
yeah,
It's just rain, rain, rain. It was 76 yesterday and it's 44 today.
yeah. It's going to turn off hot and dry real quick.
I think we're going to go straight from summer to winter.
Oh, I'm not a religious person, but I want people that are religious in here pray for Possum Outdoors and
I
Amanda,
heard.
his wife.
I
Their
heard about it.
family got hit with a tornado that's in southern Missouri, and several of her family members got killed in that.
Yeah,
So you guys
four
think
of them.
about them. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pretty big loss all at one time.
Yeah, we lost a guy in the knife community. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, he got into a car wreck, just one car, and killed him. So just
You know,
yeah.
you get to meeting people or knowing people, and you know, some of us have feelings for other people. Like I get
Mhm.
pissed off with you all the time when you go in the hospital and I can't talk to you. It irritates the heck out of me. I'm trying to figure out how to get a hold of you and check on you and stuff. So yeah, you get to make relationship with people. You know, I care about people.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so stuff. So Possum, I met them here a while back. You know, they put the sticker on the truck and everything. So they're really good people. He's a farmer. He drives truck too, but he farms cotton and beans and stuff there in southern Missouri. But he goes fishing a lot. He's on a lot of the fishing communities.
Mm-hmm.
But they're really good people.
Like Missouri. It's I mean it's flat, but the drive there is just like all I see is corn and soy, soy. That's all I see. What you could just type in all kind of different branches and your name of your thing. Really?
Any of the branches.
All right. Let's see. That's pretty neat. Who helped you with that? Who helped you with that? Devil Dog?
Yep, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I gotta have him. I gotta have him help me with mine.
He's supposed to be changing too because I didn't realize it. I was segregating people that ain't in the military, and so I'm going to have him put me. Just put me in there, and that'll drop rest of the links. Make it something simple I can remember.
It didn't type mine. It doesn't like Air Force.
You got to put USAF.
Oh.
I figured that out. He treated me out. He goes, "No, it's USAF." I go, "Oh, you didn't spell it out." Okay.
Oh, just say USAF.
Yep.
Huh. Still don't like that one either. Oh, there it goes. Fly high. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And each one of them, if you type each one of them in, it's got a saying for the military. If you do it for each one of them, and each one of them has a different saying.
Oh, cool.
So I'm trying to think of something a little bit different.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see.
Because on the truck, I'm going to take one side of the truck is everybody's sticker. And if anybody wants to send me a sticker, I'm not seeing nobody anymore. Just send me a sticker and I'll put it on the truck for you. Or send me one and I'll send you one of mine and Shannon's, and we'll swap. But I'll just stick them on. But one side of the truck is going to be but nothing for veterans. You got to be a veteran, and I'm going to put your sticker on there.
Living MN said, "Are you on speaking terms with Devil Dog?"
Yeah, I am with Devil Dog. Put it there.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Not going into it, LB. You can call me later.
All right. Yeah.
I've aired it out, and I'm not going to keep bringing it up.
Well, I noticed a few things that has been going around, and these little cliques have got to stop. You know.
Yep.
And it's ridiculous. We're adults. We're grown men and women here. You know what? I get happy when people reach their 1K, they reach their watch hours, you know, they reach some kind of their view milestone. And then it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, so yeah, the little clicks have got to stop. And then if there's anybody in the chat, I could tell everybody that's in here now is not part of it. Yeah, the very petty stuff. It's like, okay, I've noticed that since I got my monetization 2 days ago, my views have gone down. I've noticed that, and that's why I was telling Nora that. I said, yeah, it's out of spite, probably. It's out of spite because it's like, oh, if you give her views, she may make 5 cents.
The Stock Explorers, Nora, not Laura. I always thought it was Laura, but it's Nora. I'm sorry.
Nora, yeah.
I'm sorry, Nora, because I always say Laura. I'm sorry. I thought it was Laura. I kept saying Laura to her, and I just seen it in chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn the names.
I know. I'm like that when I with the UK people, and you know, I'm on like all their premieres on Fridays. I love them. They're really cool people, and they have some awesome channels.
There is some really good people overseas.
Oh yeah, there is.
I have a lot of them come in here or watch mine because there's different time zones and stuff. I have a lot of people. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing is because Mary Ann's, she's on the All Around Sarah's all the time. You've seen her over there. She asked me to little video or show different parts of the states. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll just do videos and drive, and you can watch it. She's the one who asked me to do this because she wanted to see what our country looked like.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
it's just the evening time. I think they're 5 hours ahead of us. I know Australia.
Philippines is 12 hours.
Oh, 12 hours. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's uh in the middle of the night over there right now.
Yeah. Well, there's some cool people there too. But yeah,
That's
I
why
was
I go
talking.
of a morning.
I was talking to Nora. I was like, there's a handful of people now that have been acting just really petty, and it's ridiculous. But like, I've
Yep.
known you, I've known Joy, I've known Nora, probably over a year now.
Yeah, it's been over a year.
Yeah, it's been over a year, and like Dave Collier was like one of my first subscribers when I was an itty bitty little channel, and I'm still with him.
I just hooked up with Dave not too long ago. I've seen him before, but I never really talked to him. And then now I'm on his Facebook deal, and he's always sending me stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, he's got his like Dave Collier camping on Facebook. Yeah, I go on there too. Yeah, yeah, D, I do that to him right now. I'm actually running Janet Homestead where you are. I'm running her master playlist to help her out. So
You
yeah, I
got to
mean,
watch that lady D. She's a stalker.
she's a stalker. Yeah, I know. I've
Yeah,
been seeing her around everywhere.
God, she's everywhere. I mean, she rode all the way. She rode 467 miles with me Tuesday.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, she's riding everywhere I go.
That is
Both
awesome.
both of our butts are tired.
Where are you at, D? Where does D live?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. Okay.
She's on the up by the West Virginia and Ohio line, up in
Okay.
that corner.
Hey,
I
M&T
think it's
women.
Ashland. That's my girlfriend. She's in
M&T.
Gainesville, Texas. She's in Gainesville,
Okay.
Florida.
Hey, D, you got to check out Frontier Survival. He's in Kentucky. Oh, so that's your girlfriend, M&T, living and
Yeah.
cooking? Okay.
Yep.
Well, hopefully Shannon don't know about that. She better not be on here.
Shannon actually came in yesterday
Did
and
she?
give an update on we had a goat that's sick, and she
Uh-huh.
was doctoring it, and she actually come in and she actually come in for a little bit, talk to the people. It's hard her hours she works for her to do anything.
Uh-huh. M&T, M&T Levy said, no, no girlfriend.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't know it was a secret.
Oh, yeah. Well, you told everybody. Yeah. It's on YouTube, so YouTube's going to know. Yeah. Well, let me get up here and cook Mama some food because I
All
know she's
right,
up. I can hear her walking around. I know when she's walking around, she's like,
make her a BLT sandwich.
"Oh, oh, yeah, that'll piss her off." All right, you drive safe, though. I
All
see
right,
every,
bye.
I see everybody.
We got more traffic today, so it's been kind of busy all the way across North Carolina today. I've went 276 miles in North Carolina today, but yeah, it's been busy all the way across. Frontier Survivor. I don't think I've met that one either. I did a video. People are coming in now. I did a video coming through the gorge on I-40. It's very pretty. You guys want to watch it really close. You don't have to watch it all. You can get pieces of it. But I did it like the phone was sitting just like it is now, but it taped it sideways. So it's hard to turn your phone and watch the dang thing. But it's a very, very beautiful place. in between two mountains. They built the interstate in there, and there's a canyon down through there. There's water running all the time, big old rocks. It's really, really pretty. I better stay over here. Car's coming on. Hi, AKW. Oh, no. Sorry, bud. Yeah, it's hard when we lose one of our animals. I know what it's like when you lose one. The vet come out and put the tube in it and try, or did they not get out there in time? If any of you know Scott Rambling with the Brooms, he's on right now. If you guys want to go over and talk to him, it's fine. Scott's a really good guy. He's from Canada. I don't hold it against him. Whoa, we're stopping. I don't know why we're stopping, but we're slowing down. I guess they seen that car sitting there, thought it was a cop. I did, for everybody's information, coming out of Knoxville this morning at 6:30, I did get stopped by a cop for speeding and tailgating, and I got a warning. He was a really nice gentleman. He was a captain of the district. He was out in a patrol car, an unmarked car, and part of it was his fault. After I explained my situation to him, he agreed, and we shook hands and said, "Have a good day to each other," and I went my way. He come on an on ramp. It's an unmarked car, no lights on, and he turned his turn signal on. I'm like right here by this car in front of me. He turned his turn signal on and started to cut in front of me. Well, I speeded up and didn't let him in. And then he got behind me, went over in the left lane, he came up beside me, then he turned his lights on, pulled me over. And I was going to 65-mile-an-hour zone, and I was doing 78. I didn't realize I was going that fast. I was just going with traffic like I am right now. And he pulled me over, walked up passenger side of the truck. Real nice guy. He goes, "Can I see your license?" I go, "Sure." I hand him my license. He goes, "You know why I stopped you?" I go, "Probably speeding, but I wasn't paying attention to my speed. I was just going with the flow of the traffic." That, and he said, "You tailgated that car in front of you." And I go, "Yeah." I go, "I stopped you from cutting in front of me so I wouldn't have to tailgate you." I go, "I didn't know you was a cop." I go, "I didn't care if you was a cop or not." He goes, "What?" I go, "If you do something wrong, it doesn't matter if you wear a badge and have a gun, you did something wrong." I go, "You was trying to cut in between me and that car, and I didn't have that much room anyway. You just come on an on ramp, and you was going to cut me off." He goes, "You know, you're right. I was. And I didn't even think about it." I go, "I was pacing the car in front of me, and you was making my distance smaller, and I wasn't letting it happen, and I speeded up." He goes, "You know, I didn't realize I did that." And so he thought about it. I got a warning, and he asked me to tell everybody on the CB that they're having cracking down this morning. And I actually got on while he was sitting here, told everybody the officers are really nice. They're asking us to slow down. And I did it a couple more times after I left, in case he was listening. I just did it to warn everybody. And yeah, it was a kind of a pleasant experience with an officer. And Shannon just called me at the time. I go, I'm getting pulled over. She goes, what? I go, I'll talk to you in a minute. So I saved an ass chewing from her. Come on, people, stop riding the brake. Oh, you got both of us on? Okay. Yeah, that's good if you can do that. I don't like to go live when somebody else is, that I'm connected with. If it's somebody I don't know, I don't mind. But like LB was on earlier, and I didn't. I was going to go earlier, and I seen she was live, so I didn't want to go on hers. And this morning, after I went to the gorge, Ashley from CNC Farms was on, so I waited and I looked, and Scott was the only one on. So, well, if you need a manager, Daniel, you know where I'm at. Or a driver, then you're going to be big time. You need a professional driver to haul you around, pull the boat. And I'm pretty good at pulling boats. Congratulations, too. You guys deserve it. You guys do a lot. That is really cool. Somebody I knew back then is going to be big time. And somebody I like. That even helps more. Yeah, I'm getting away from this Suburban. It just keeps tapping the brakes. I could even drive the boat. I'm not wearing no bikini though. I could wear me a ship captain's hat. I'm too fat for a tuxedo. No, not even one of them. My legs are so white. If I had one of them on, it'd scare you guys. The sun hit them and it'd be so bright out there you wouldn't be able to fish. My legs don't see the sunshine. Diggy, you're making a habit of this going in and out. You either stay inside or stay outside, not, or you're going to go take a nap. That's what my grandma used to tell me. Your kids are either going to stay inside or outside, no running in and out, or you have to take a nap. I might be able to do the bow tie. I can't tie one, but I get one of them clip-ons. Tell them you're busy, D. You got things to do. I don't know why this bus is going down the road with his flashers on. There's Stanley Steamer. I want to clean air ducts. KW wrote a paragraph here. Get my phone back up here. Oh. Yeah, it's bad. Was it a first time mama? Sometimes the first time mamas doesn't pay attention when they got a baby. Yeah, you're right, Daniel. They clean them your air ducts, especially if people's got allergies or something like that. They don't realize the dirt that builds up in an air duct. I used to, I stopped driving a few times trying to get off the road and remodel houses or build houses. And my brother does construction work, and I stop and go help him once in a while. And some of them are really nasty when you take them out. Especially if it's one of the old coal stoves. And if you got pets, people don't understand how much hair goes through the excuse me system with a pet. All right. Yeah, I just stopped and they had some fish. Got me some fish and macaroni and cheese there at the truck stop. It was pretty good for a truck stop fish. doing these lives, it seems like it's taking forever for me to get in the hours. I've been doing them for hours, and I got 5 or 6 people all the time in here, and I've only gained like 100 hours. One of these days, I guess I'll have to do a 24-hour live. I'll just put it on the dice, let you guys watch the truck. Might watch the what goes on at night in a truck stop. Get 24-hour live. Maybe I get some hours that way. I did do the video today. I need to do more videos. I don't do that. I'm going to do one of the stickers that are on the side of the truck. I might do that today. Oh, the truck's dirty. I didn't think it was going to rain. Yeah, that's what I figured, AKW. A lot of times the first time mamas, they don't pay attention to their kids, and it's really hard to get them trained. Some of them are natural, some of them aren't. Well, we got 139 miles, roughly 2 hours on over to drop this thing off. AKW, you can come up and talk if you want, and I wouldn't have to read so much. You're more than welcome to come up here, bud. Making me have to work. Yeah, everything was new to her. Yep, she wasn't used to having that little one around her feet or nothing. Even our goats, we have problems once in a while. Want to get stepped on. Even with some that are old goats, they just don't pay attention. But wonder here, try something. Well, let's see on my side of the road that didn't work. And the road to rut it right through here wanting to bounce me around, so I decided little Kia's got some fancy wheels on it. Sorry, I'm not saying much, guys. I'm just trying to watch the traffic and watch from exit. We gotta go north on at 87. GPS says here in about a mile. I've never been over here where I'm going today, and I gotta watch when I get to. I think he said Washington, North Carolina. I gotta call him back. Hey there, that little box truck didn't read the signs. Now he's gonna want to get over. Had plenty of time to get over here. Well, it's a heck of a place for that truck to come out. Right on a curve and a construction. You can't see the traffic. That's going to be dangerous. He pulls out. I wish All Around Sarah or Ashley or one of them would come on my channel and live and they could sing to me going down the road. Or even Jim, real Jim Smith. He singing some country music songs going down the road. Teddy Bear or something. Because I know I'm boring. I ain't got much to say unless I'm arguing with somebody. All right, AKW. We just got rid of some Dexters not too long ago. We had 4 of them. We got a Jersey and I don't know what the black one is now. Tri-tip. I forget what he is. He's part Angus, but he's something else. He's kind of short. Hello, Kim. The gang's all here now. Kim's here finally. She's late, but that's okay. We won't hold it against her. That was a bad deal, Kim. Possum's family or Amanda's family. I hate hearing that stuff. Overslept. Jeez. No, me neither. I mean, yeah, when somebody's sick or something like that, it's a little different. You know it's going to happen. But when a damn tornado comes in and just wipes you out all of a split second, uh, I guess it'd be something like people have these horrific car wrecks out here on the road with the whole family in them, you know, and you hear about, stuff like that. It's just bad all the way around. I got their phone number. I don't know whether to call and talk to them or not, though. I don't know if it's etiquette or what, because I'm not really. I know them, I've met them, but we're not super friends, or whatever. I don't know if me calling it would hurt anything or not. I'd do anything could do for them, help them out. If I could send them something or do something. Oh, are they? That's it. You know, Possum Amanda gets around to a lot of channels too. So it's Scott Rumbling with the Brooms. Kim, he's a Canadian guy. It's Rumbling with Brooms. He went live same time I did and stuff. Scott gets he's a good supporter to a lot of channels too. He's been in here a few times. I don't know if I can find it or not here. Or Scott's link. Usually, when I'm going down the road, I might have two different channels on, but can't see the chat up there on a StreamYard one. Or I'd have Scott playing on the other phone. I wish Eddie'd wake up. He could tell me how to pin that, drop the link up there at the top or somewhere where I don't have to keep typing it. All right. You can eat in front of us. We don't care. As long as you don't dribble it all over your chin. Damn, I can't get enough to drink today. It's really dry. I filled my big old 99-ounce mug up with Dr. Pepper today, Kim. I don't have Mountain Dew. And with my lunch, I did buy a lemonade, bottle of lemonade, but I didn't have no Mountain Dew. Huh. He's parked in the wrong spot. He skidded over there and run into that guardrail for cable. Wonder how the heck he did that. Beautiful day out. All right, D, that's fine. I had the linked up, Kim. I'll do it again. Good afternoon, sleepyhead.
Yeah. Okay, for starters, I was awake at like 7 o'clock and I said hello to a friend of mine and laid my phone back down and made the mistake of actually stretching back out in the bed instead of being curled up in a ball. Well, I didn't wake up until 11:15.
Oh, you must have needed to sleep.
As my friend said, apparently you were tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
So
stay up with them youngins all night long?
I didn't really, though.
Oh.
No, my typical bedtime is, or for me to crash, is about 11:30, and it's really not very often that I'm up with them super late. I just, if I wake up after being asleep for a while and I wake up at that time, yeah, if I'm awake enough, I will check to see who's on and I'll give them a little support. I don't mind doing that. But last night, I even checked out of Mike's early. And I slept right up until, like I said, till 7 this morning and woke up long enough to tell my friend hi and just went right back to sleep. So,
And you probably got better sleep at that time, too.
well, probably. I know I sure was sleeping sound.
Yeah, a lot of times if I wake up early and if I just lay back down, like if I'm, especially if I'm home, if I lay back down on the couch just watching TV and I doze off, seems like I sleep
Hmm.
better.
Yeah.
I toss and turn at night.
Well, and I've noticed too, the last few mornings that I woke up real early, especially with a headache, I take something for the headache and then I lay back down because if I stay up with that headache, it's just going to get worse. I have migraines and I lay back down. Well, the next thing I know, it's 3 or 4 hours later. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just took that medicine. Why did I sleep? So, but I'm old enough now. I'm not going to question it. If I sleep, I'm like, yay.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah,
all
I got
good.
halfway sick last night. I got a real massive headache. I don't know. Because I come down through this area here, you see it's all green and
Yeah.
the pollen yesterday. So I don't know if it, because I was riding with the
Oh,
window down
wow.
for a while yesterday. So I don't know if that's what did it or I didn't drink enough yesterday or what. But man, I got a massive headache yesterday. I
Oh,
actually, when I
wow.
stopped, whoa, what the heck? I just got a
Good
whole load of
heavens.
trash. I don't know what, I don't know if he's moving or trash.
Wow.
I think it's trash.
Oh, good Lord. That's not good.
No, but yeah, Shannon usually calls me at 7, and she called, and I'd already asleep. I think I laid down at 5. I ate supper, and I just didn't feel good, so I laid down, and I fell asleep. And she called, woke
Hmm.
me up, and she goes, "What's
Wow.
wrong with you?" I go, "I got a massive headache tonight. I felt good all
Mm,
day yesterday, and last night there I got a bad headache."
wow.
I've never had allergies, but like you said, we're getting old, and Shannon thinks I'm getting allergies now easier.
Well, I'll tell you something. Dave had never had allergies. I mean, his only allergy was to penicillin. And once he was diagnosed in 97 with full-blown diabetes. They had questioned it before that. But he was a sweets lover. And the doctors kept telling him, David, you've got to stop this. Well, he wouldn't. And that just made things worse. Once they fully diagnosed him, he started noticing other issues. And when he talked to his doctors at VA, they said, well, you are a diabetic. Your allergies are going to come fully through now. So you have to deal with this. And I can't remember now, I want to say Allegra was the allergy med that they put him on. And as long as he took it, he got along fine. But I can't take the allergy medications because I'm allergic to most of them. Oh. There's something in them that my body just says, nah, we ain't doing that. So I'm scooping bacon out of a pan in case you wondered what I was doing. I am making some crock-pot potato soup, and it calls for a pound of bacon diced up and crisp. So that's what I'm doing. I've got everything else in the crock pot except for the bacon. So I got to drain it just a little bit now. And then I can toss it in the pot and it'll all be good.
So, I like potato soup once in a while. I've never had it that way.
Well, it's a recipe that a girlfriend of mine gave me. Oh my stars. I can't remember now how many years ago it's been. And she said, this is some of the best stuff you will ever eat. Well, she had given me her recipe for the chicken tortilla soup to do in the crock pot. And I had made it. And she called me one day and she said, I've found this other recipe that I use quite a bit. And she said, I think you'll probably like it. And I said, okay, what is it? She said, it's a crock pot potato soup. And I said, well, you've got my attention. And because I love potato soup. And when she rattled it off to me, I said, are you kidding me? That's all that it is? And she said, yeah, all it is a 28 to 32 ounce bag of frozen shredded hash browns, a can of cream of chicken soup, an 8-ounce block of any kind of cheese that you want, shredded up to give you 2 cups, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, a 32-ounce container of chicken broth, and a pound of bacon diced and fried, crisp. And you throw that all in the crock pot and set it on high for about 4 hours, and you have to stir it periodically so that the cream cheese gets worked through it. And then just eat it, and it's really delicious. And I figured, well,
I like
it and I got to thinking about it later. I thought, I kind of wish I'd had this recipe when Dave was alive, because he loved potato soup. And he could have eaten that without any serious issues.
Yes, but it does sound delicious. I'll have to have you text it to me, or I'll call you and you can touch in, and I'll try it next time I'm home.
Okay, I'll do that.
We got something else we want to talk to you about, but we don't do it on here. The survivor benefit deals. My grandmother years ago got it, and Shannon wants to do it just in case something happens to me, and see what all she has to do. So we'll either drive down or call you or something one of these days.
Okay.
My aunt did it for my grandmother. My grandfather had been gone for a long time, and she ended up getting it, and she actually got back pay and stuff. So Shannon was just thinking ahead. I told her you was getting it, and how you was getting screwed right now about it, but and stuff. So I said I'll talk to you, and I got your number or something. Maybe we can drive down one weekend and talk to you about it.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I think the only reason that I got it as soon as I did was because Dave was on disability, and he had been on it for about a year. And Of course, I couldn't get my disability. And because according to them, I wasn't old enough. And they were going to put me on SSI, which was okay. But since Dave was getting so much on his disability, I couldn't collect the SSI, because the way that works is if somebody in the house makes over, what is it, $674 a month, you can't collect it. Well, he was getting at that time, full benefit on disability was $1,200. And see, this is what Social Security has argued about. They kept saying, well, he wasn't getting full benefit because he wasn't 65. Yes, by damn, he was. And I have the proof. And guess what? They found it. Since I'm over 65, I should be collecting 100% of that. And they don't want to do anything about it now. And I'm like, everybody that I've talked to.
82 now?
No, I'm 68. Listen here. I'll tell Shannon. I'll sick Shannon on you. If not her, Joy.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Joy? Joy and Scott have another pup.
Yeah,
they have another puppy.
I chewed them out. Why? They have 4 dogs already, and they're big dogs.
Yeah.
And they don't have that big a house. They live in a double wide trailer. Now they got 5 dogs in that house.
Oh, my goodness.
And 2 dogs get along and 2 dogs get along, but you can't, and they got to keep them separated. One of them the daughter takes 2 of them in her room, and the other 2 can play around the house. And then the 2 that's in her room, they stay outside. The other 2 are house dogs, but you cannot let them in the same room or they fight.
Oh, wow.
The white dogs are kind of mean.
I've heard Joy say a lot of times that Toki doesn't get along with anybody.
Yep.
But she's an Australian Shepherd, and they don't. They get along with their master, and that's about it. And we had so many people when I was working at the sale barn. Timmy and 2 of the boys had Aussies, and they used them in the ring. And I don't know how many times people, of course, when the boys came in from the sale ring to, for us to settle up the sale and everything, they would come in, have a drink, and then they would head right back out, back into those back pens to get everybody loaded. Well, the dogs a lot of times would stay in the office. Apparently, they thought their work was done. And if anybody approached those dogs, they would just go crazy. And one of the other gals that worked there, she told the oldest boy, she said, you tell your brothers that they're going to have to lock these dogs back in the office where we're not going to be around them and they're not going to be around the customers, because somebody's going to get bit and you're going to get sued. Yep. And the youngest boy finally started taking his dog out in the pens with him. And the boy next to him would lock his back in a back office. And he would lock the door so that even the office help couldn't get in there. And it was a nightmare. But Aussies like that don't typically get along with people, especially people who are not their family. And they don't tend to get along with other dogs well. I know Frankie and Timmy's dogs they'd give each other a wide berth, but they'd be walking along snarling at each other as they passed. And it was just like, no, we're not going to have this. And the office manager, she finally told him one day, she said, don't you, that I have a pistol? And she said, I will shoot one if they start a fight. So you better do something about this. And that was when they finally decided that maybe they better listen. Because I think she would have shot one of them or both. Knowing Jean, she'd have popped both of them. But it was just a nightmare with those 2 dogs. And the 2 that Joy and Scott have now, somebody said something about baby pits. And yes, they can be wonderful dogs raised in the right environment. But those are not going to be small babies. They're going to be big. And I hope everything works out okay for them. Of course, where the puppies are sisters, that's going to make a lot of difference. And at least they don't have a male to deal with.
Yeah.
Because a male would just, oh man, that would complicate things bad. So
I can understand having animals and pets, but you got to have place for them, a room for them. You know,
I know.
And 5 of them in a double wide trailer is just way too many.
Yeah.
Especially big dogs.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit smaller, it'd be different.
Yeah.
Because when you walk in their house, Joy keeps a living room, the kitchen really clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you see there. But them kids don't. Them kids don't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Their rooms are full of hair, the dog's hair, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids don't even go out and mow the grass and take care of the yard for them. I got 3 kids living there, and I feel bad for them because, I mean, yeah, they help out, do different things, but they can pick up the yard. That's why their one neighbor is on to them all the time, I think, because his yards are all cleaned up, and theirs has got weeds growing everywhere. And they got 2 big boys that can push a lawnmower. I mean, their yard ain't that big. A little push lawnmower could mow it for them. But having that many dogs on that little of a place, that probably irritates them too, because they was barking the whole time we was there at the outside. You know, somebody walked by or whatever, they just always a barking.
I know. There was one day that Joy was doing one of her cooking videos, and dogs, they got to barking, and she yelled at him, and she says, "I'm trying to do a video over here. Shut up." The dogs got quiet. I thought, oh my goodness.
They do have one of the inside dogs. It won't walk on the hardwood floor. To get it to go outside, they got throw rugs they put down for that dog to walk outside, and then they pick them back up. It will not walk. I was sitting there at the table with them, and I tried to get it to come to me. It come to the edge, and it would not walk on the hardwood floor.
Oh my!
She had these throw rugs to throw on there, and the dog then we moved it to a. It wasn't in the regular spot because my chair was there, and she wasn't sure whether to walk there or not.
Yeah,
it was funny. It stopped right at the edge of the floor. I go, well, you can keep her controlled. And they got their living room's got carpet, but their hallway don't. So they got throw rugs down the hallway so the dog will walk to the bedroom.
Yeah, she's got traction on those rugs.
Yep.
I know. I had a pup after my husband died that when of course, I got her when she was only 8.5 weeks old. I got her from my son-in-law's dad, and her sire was a registered golden lab, and Rusty was huge.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. And her mother was a registered.
You can come up if you want.
Her mom was a registered black lab with longer hair. So and I named mine Poof because she had a habit of disappearing when I needed her the most. And when she got older, she looked like a golden retriever. And she, at first, when she came into my house, of course, that big log house, the whole front half of it was open, and it was all vinyl flooring. And she started across that floor just slipping and sliding like crazy. And at first, she wasn't too sure about moving on it. But she could be outside and she'd run and play. But boy, once she was in the house, she just wasn't sure for a little while. Well, then she kind of got her confidence up, and she would go ahead and move around the floors easier. But she was afraid of slipping. And that may be what's happened with that one of Scott and Joy. She's afraid of falling.
Yeah, we had a Mastiff there in the house. Shannon had for like 12 years. And we put hardwood floors in our kitchen and dining room. And she'd run through there. And at first she was scared of it. And she would go really easy. But she really didn't like them. Teresa, do me a favor. Ask Aaron if he'd call me sometime. Let me talk to him. And not scream and holler on YouTube. Let me talk to him. And because I really like you guys. I don't like you guys being mad at me. You guys probably still got my number.
Well, I'll say this much. My apartment smells really good right now. I had sausage and eggs for breakfast, and then I fried that pound of bacon. It smells pretty good in here.
You
Now,
brought up the bacon.
if
LB
my
was leaving to go
grand,
fix her mom some lunch, and I said, she don't eat pork or don't eat meat. I go, make her a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich, and you talk about bacon as soon as you come on. Everything's good with bacon on it, though.
well, yeah. And that was something that when a doctor tried to put me on a diet for cholesterol.
He was tailgating me, holding me up. I got over in front of him. Now he just passed me back, and I just noticed it's an unmarked cop.
Mm-hmm. Brother.
I got my cruise set right at 70, though, but
yeah,
I wasn't doing anything wrong, but he was riding my ass.
Oh, they're picky. I know I've run into some here in Kansas City that like to do that, even just on the side streets. They're horrible.
Yeah.
And I had one pulled up beside me one day. I had pulled into the turning lane because I was going to turn up on Noland and go north. And he had just been right on my tail coming down 39th. And when I pulled over into that turning lane, he just zipped right up there. Well, wound up when I stopped, I was right beside him. And I just glanced over, didn't think anything about it. And I thought, well, maybe he's got someplace to be in a hurry. So I wasn't worried about it. He was sitting there playing on his phone. And when the light did turn green, he had somebody behind him honking at him to get moving. And I thought, okay, this is just not right. You tell everybody else we're not to be on our phones, especially texting if we're driving, yet you're doing it? Yep. Yeah, you're setting a real good example there.
Well, you probably weren't in here earlier. I got stopped this morning coming through Knoxville. Was you in here when I told the story?
No.
Yeah, I got stopped. I first took off to the truck stop. I'm coming through, and I was driving fast. It's 65, and I was doing 70, 75. The traffic was running, and I actually had people passing me, and I was going with traffic. Well, there was a car come on an on-ramp, and he had his turn signal on. I moved over to center lane, and I'm following another car. Well, he speeded up, was going to cut me off, and I didn't know it was an unmarked car. And he tried to cut in front of me, and I speeded up and wouldn't let him in. But he jumped behind me and then got in the left lane and started passing me. And then I speeded up. Then he turned his lights on. It was a cop. Well, I pulled over, and he walked up. He walked up and said, "You know what I stopped you for?" I go, "Probably speeding." I go, "I don't know how fast I was going. I was going with traffic." I go, "I was probably doing 70, 74. He goes, "You do a 78. Okay. I go, "I'm not going to argue with you." I go, you tell me I was doing that. All right. He asked for my license, and he goes, "You was also tailgating." I go, "No, I wasn't." I go, "But you come up on the right lane or the on-ramp, turn your turn signal on, and you speed up, was going to cut me off and make more room, less room for me again. And why should I have to hit the brakes because you wanted to get over in another lane?" I go, "You could have merged on over with the flow of traffic." He goes, "I really didn't realize what I did to you." And he goes, "I guess we both were in the wrong a little bit. We got talking. I talked about being in the Air Force and stuff. And we stood there about 30 minutes talking to me. He handed my license. He goes, "You have a nice day."
Wow.
And he asked me to tell everybody because he's actually the captain of the area.
Oh, wow.
He was actually out working. Really nice gentleman. When I got talked to him, he realized what he did too.
Yeah.
And he asked me to slow down, and he asked me to get on the CB. What's this idiot doing? Damn, he's run off the road.
Oh, good Lord.
Another one with a lawnmower. Get away from these people, lawnmowers.
Whoo! That guy in that blue truck must have been in a hurry.
Well, I hit the brakes, and he seen what was going on. He was trying to leave me room, but I didn't want to cut him off. And that guy run off the road. So he hurried up, just got on past him.
Yeah.
He seen what was going on. He actually left me room to cut in front of him, but I didn't do it.
Yeah. I've gotten where I don't travel highways very much. course, I don't go very much. Gas is just too darned expensive. And I'm kind of a homebody.
But your broom's electric powered, ain't it?
No, it's battery. But that's okay because I don't use it any more than I absolutely have to.
Oh,
And I'll tell you, some of the wind we've been having lately, that thing it's not safe. I could get blown over and that would not be good. But I tend to stay home. I've gotten where in the last year and a half or so, I'm much happier just staying right here. I don't really want to be out. It just doesn't bother me.
Well, the traffic's getting worse too.
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
I liked it when COVID hit. There weren't nobody out here when COVID was out here. I drove.
Oh, I know.
I didn't miss a day. I was out here the whole time. Man, it was nice.
Yeah. I know. It was funny watching our local weather guy that was in the helicopter.
Oh, yeah, the helicopter guys.
And Johnny Rollins. And he would be up there flying around and he'd be like, well, there's no traffic issues today. And he'd be showing the highways. There might be 2 or 4 people on it. There wasn't anything going on.
Yep.
And
yeah, it was nice then.
I thought, you seriously need to come fly over my neighborhood. This is where all the traffic is. But no, I've gotten where I don't drive on the highways unless I absolutely have to. I'm just not that comfortable with it anymore. People are crazy.
Well, you guys have seen the last couple of weeks me doing this, all the close calls I have out here.
Yeah. And I don't know, I guess growing up with 2 truck drivers in the family, my dad drove for, good Lord, 50 some years. And my adopted brother drove for probably 30 or 35. Bill had his own rig. And he lives in Arizona and he had all kinds of Native American designs and stuff on it. That thing was beautiful. And he would go up into Washington, up around the fruit orchards and stuff. And Bill would pick up a load of fresh fruit and then he would haul it back down into Texas and over into Louisiana. And he may have gone into Mississippi, but I'm not sure. I think he only did that a couple of times. And then he would turn around with loads from those states and he would make the trip back up and go back up to Washington with that delivery and then return home. And he would do that a couple of times a week. And he really liked it. He said he thoroughly enjoyed driving. But I know at one time he was all over the United States. And he even had loads that brought him in here to Missouri. And at one point he was down at Kabul, Missouri, and he had called me and he said, how far are you away? And I said, I had no clue. And so I asked my husband and he figured it out. And Bill said, he said, you can't get here quick enough then. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm in Kabul. He said, but I'm only going to be here for about another 3 hours. And I said, well, that's about how long it'd take us to get there. And he said, yeah. He said, we'll try again when I come through again. And the next time that he was in Missouri, he was actually in Columbia. And we happened to be in Columbia because Dave was at VA hospital and he had to go down for an appointment. And so I let Bill know where we were. And he said, let's meet up for lunch. And so we drove out, but before we could get there, he had texted me and said that he had gotten a call and he had to leave early. So we didn't get to see him that time either. But he's completely retired now. And he will be 80 in August. And so, I tease him about being that much older than me. I love picking on my big brother. But He's a pretty good guy.
I enjoy aggravating people too. It makes you don't have to be in sorrow all the time. You got to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And aggravate little harmless
Yeah.
aggravation don't hurt nothing.
Yeah. I know. I always thought that it was so funny. Well, it wasn't funny that I lost family like aunts and uncles, but we'd all get together and start remembering things from the past that they'd been involved in. And we would all wind up laughing so hard that we were had our sides hurting, or we'd be in tears from laughing so hard. It was a celebration of life.
Yeah.
And it just, and I know just shortly before my mom's only brother had passed away, he found that poem about it. It has a line in it that says, "If you can't remember me with laughter, don't remember me at all." And that was read at his funeral. And the young man who was reading it started reminiscing and telling some of the things that my uncle had done. And it wasn't very long before the entire bunch of people was laughing. But that would have just thrilled my uncle to pieces.
Yep.
And it just, I know I've told friends of mine, once I'm gone, don't start crying about it. I'm not going to be here to cry with you. I'm done going to be home. I'm going to be happy. And I've got one girlfriend that said, "But I'm going to miss you." I said, "Well, I ain't going anywhere yet. I just don't get too shook." But I've told my girls.
Back to that point right there, if you're going to miss the people, like my sister committed suicide last year. And she was always, when my mom and dad passed, she didn't come around much. And I told them when my dad died first, and I go, "You need to come around and see." My mom lived with me. And I go, "You need to come around and see mom once in a while. Even if you don't like me, come get mom, take her, go somewhere." And she didn't, so it bothered her all the time. If you think you're going to miss somebody, go and visit the people right now while they're alive then.
Yeah.
Get out and talk to them.
Yeah.
Don't just text them. Don't text them. Get out and actually see the people. And like we used to, families get together and have a dinner or whatever. Go see the people.
Yeah.
Because one of these days we're all going to be gone. And I'm sure part of you are going to be sorry that you didn't do it.
Yeah. I just, I know all of my aunts and uncles on my mom's side, except one, are gone. And I talked to my Aunt Lucille quite a bit on the phone. She lives
I had an Aunt Lucille. She was a bitch. God, she was mean.
Oh, mine wasn't. She's a sweetheart. And I just love her to pieces. And
she was mean to us.
Oh, my. My Aunt Lucille is one of those that she is so tactful. And she can be rude to somebody and they don't realize it because she's so tactful about it. No. She's one of those people that can so tactfully tell somebody to go to hell, they will look forward to the trip. And they won't realize what has happened until they get there. And that's just the kind of person that she is. But she's a little tiny person. And she kind of ruled the roost. But my uncle never minded. Well, now she's alone. She's got 3 boys. She's got, I think, 6 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren now. And she's just loving life. And she's getting along very well. She has some health issues, but she's a ball. And that side of the family is where I get my sense of humor, is my mom's side of the family. Dad's side's a little more stoic, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I get it from my dad's side. My grandmother, she worked at Stetson's hat. She actually made the hat for Haas Cartwright. Dan Blocker, and she had a picture of it. But they would always get these dirty jokes. And when she retired, she had a folder. It's probably 2 inches thick with nothing but dirty jokes.
Oh no.
And she's a short, chunky lady with big chest. And she'd
Mm-hmm.
go around and she'd raise her shirt up. See, show her bra. And I mean, they was big and aggravating stuff. But when she retired, they made a cake that looked like a dick with balls.
Oh
For
no.
her retirement cake. It was that she was always aggravating. Or she'd go in Walmart or her actually Kmart back then because one of my cousins was a manager in Kmart there in St. Joe.
Uh-huh.
And she'd fart. She goes, "Did I do that?" And just scream and laugh and stuff. Yeah, my dad's side, my grandmother's side, there, they aggravated all the time. But she was a blast. I'd only seen my grandma. She had a stroke like I have, but hers was bad. And we ended up. They ended up putting. I didn't. They put her in a nursing home. And I never seen my grandma mean at any time. Never once. And she was in a nursing home. Another old woman she couldn't use her right arm. And this woman tried to take her sweater. And I seen her get mean and tried to scratch the hell out of this other lady. I mean, I've never seen her, but that lady was trying to take her stuff and she got really, really mean. And I never seen her that. Other than that, man, she's always giggling, laughing. And when she had her stroke, she could talk real good, but she could get some cuss words out. She'd say bullshit and this and that, and she could say real good, but stuff. But yeah, she was a lot of fun.
Oh goodness.
That's where I get my aggravation from.
Well, my dad's family, my dad and his brothers would tease, but it was always done in fun. It was never done to hurt anybody. And I know my dad's youngest brother, he and I got to going back and forth the last time that he and his wife were in Missouri. They had gone to see my mom and dad and stayed with them for a while. And I happened to be over there. And of course, Dave had come down later when he got up because he was working nights at the time, and I had both of the girls. And we were sitting down there and got to laughing. Well, Uncle Shorty got to making comments, and I was just coming right back at him. And my dad he was sitting there going like this and wiping tears from his eyes. And of course, Uncle Shorty's wife, Shirley, she was saying, "Now, Eldon, stop that. Eldon, you behave." His name was Eldon. He went by Shorty because he was the shortest boy of the three. My dad and his brother Raymond were 6 foot and 6'2". Uncle Shorty was 5'8". And the name just stuck. But Aunt Shirley never called him that. He was always Eldon. And if she got real mad, he was Eldon Lee. And he made it all the way to Eldon Lee.
When the middle name comes out, you know you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. And Bo, she whipped that out, and my dad looked at him and he said, "Uh-oh." Uncle Shorty said, "Yeah." And he said, "I done run afoul of the law." And Aunt Shirley said, "You straighten up." She said, "Now, you just stop poking fun." And I looked at her.
Joy's got in common. The middle names. She's got a son named Randy, right?
Oh, my goodness.
His middle name is Gene. Mine is Eugene.
Oh, good Lord. Well, I had a best friend for several years. We went, let's see here, from freshman year of high school through high school, and he was a year ahead of me. And after that, we just remained best friends for years. And his name was Randolph Eugene. Well, he went by Randy, and he was a fantastic guitar player. He's the one who taught me how to play a guitar, and we were just super good friends.
You can play guitar? Well, how come we ain't getting no live music?
Because my fingers won't allow me to do it anymore. I gave it up. Oh, my goodness, probably 46, 47 years ago. I had to give it up because the arthritis got so bad in my fingers that I just couldn't keep up with it. And he offered to get me a guitar that the strings were set a lot closer to the frets and would be easier for me to handle. but I was glad that I turned him down, because a few years later, they started having a lot of problems with those guitars. And it would have cost me a small fortune to have replaced it. And I couldn't afford an electric, didn't really want one. And I still sing on occasion. We had a country band, and my voice.
Pay attention. The guy told me to call him when I get to Washington. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at.
Oh.
He said go past Greenville. There's another town in Washington, North Carolina, and I'll have to get off there.
Wow.
Then. So I meet him.
Yeah.
We're only 60 miles away, so I'm probably still a little ways away.
Well, you better watch
there ain't it. He's right. There ain't no truck stops out here. I haven't seen one since I left where I was at.
Oh, my goodness. You know, that's something that gets me. As many trucks as there are on the roads, and there really are not that many truck stops.
No, it's hard to.
You found them all over the place.
That's why I tell everybody. That's why I stop early anymore, so I can get me a place to park. I get up early.
Yeah.
If I don't stop by 3 o'clock or 4, it's full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People don't realize it. That's why you see them parked on the ramps and everything. And I won't park on a ramp. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asleep and come down a ramp and rear end you or whatever. And I don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I know when my son-in-law, when he stops, he's at one of the big truck places. And of course, the company that he drives for, they've given him locations for him to stop and go into. He's got a list. And
you got a planner.
Yeah. And in February, he was up in Wyoming. And
hey, Matt. You know that one there? You know Matt and Sophie? He makes some he comes on late at night. Usually he's from Arkansas, and he does fly fishing. He makes the little flies.
Oh, yeah?
He makes them at night. You sit there and watch him make them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, look him up there. Real good people. Him and his wife go fishing. They got some kids and everything, and they go out and do videos out fishing and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's neat. Dave had a friend up in Montana that taught him how to tie flies. And of course, the friend gave him a bunch of the stuff to do it with. And even after we moved to Missouri, Dave, he finished up what the guy had given him, but then he never did go back and get extra supplies or anything. He said, I think I've got enough. And you know how the guys are, when they start talking about the Uncle Lou rods and all of that kind of stuff, when Mike said the other night that he had caught that one big catfish on that, what was it, a Garcia rod or a Daiwa rod with that old Zebco reel? That's the only kind of fishing poles Dave ever had. And he had one of those real nice bright orange ones for a while. And he had some other rods and reels that were out there, but he had his favorites. And I guess it was about a month and a half after his death, I went out to the shop and was digging around in some stuff. And for some reason, I looked up at the deal where his rods and reels had all hung, and all but 2 of them were missing. Somebody had stolen them. And
I had my dad's, and somebody got ours off our back porch. I think I know who did it, but I can't prove it.
Well, Dave had started, he was going to take, at that time, our oldest he's still our oldest grandson, but at the time, Ryan was only 5 years old. 4. And Dave had bought him one of those little kids rod and reel sets, and Dave was fixing him up a little tackle box. And he had set it aside. He had some stuff in it, and he had set it aside when he came in the house that night. And of course, he was gone later that night. And I went out to move the stuff just, oh, I don't know. I hadn't even been in the shop for almost a week, and went out and I moved that little rod and reel and the little tackle box, set them over to the side. And when I noticed that Dave's stuff was gone, that little rod and reel and tackle box for Ryan was gone too. Somebody just helped themselves to it. And they had helped themselves to a bunch of Dave's tools, and I was pretty mad. And
I used to carry one of them kid ones in the truck and a telescoping one. I used to run Oregon a lot. I actually had a Oregon's fishing license because up there you go across the highway, pull off spots, river, Snake River, and you could fish in it. And I would go out early. I was single then, and I would go out early, and I had a grill in my truck and everything, and I sit there a day early, just go fishing. But I didn't have big fish rods. I had little ones, and I just went out there to go fishing, spend a day fishing on the way out.
Yeah. Well, that was one thing. Dave loved to fish, and we always had fish in the deep freeze.
I'm going in and out a little bit.
I noticed that with you a minute ago, with it going in and out.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, probably ought to get off here. It's getting.
Your reception's getting iffy.
It's only me and you in here anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only me and you anyway, Kim. I'm going to get in here.
Okay.
I'll see you
later.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Right, bye.